It is possible to update data directly in the information matrix, or you can mass update data with the functionality add values to line or add number series to line. And if you update, for instance, directly in the matrix, I've just imported many lines in here. And if I scroll down, I can see my product type being, for instance, tire, back wheel, metal parts, accessories, and so on. My front wheel doesn't have a product type. I could just, because it's an information value, it has a lookup, I could drill down my information value list from this master data, and I could say my front wheel is one of them, so I can update it here, and it updates the master data information beneath my item number 1100. I could also update the fields directly on the items. So the unit price, for instance, is on the item card. It only says 1,000 here. I could say, let's set up the price to 1,200. And it's possible to update. And it validates the information on the item card as well as the master data when I enter it. So I cannot enter data that is not validated. This means if I try to change my base unit of measure, for instance, on this front wheel, let's try to change it to a box. I would expect it to provide an error message because it wouldn't be possible neither on the either on the item card to change this information because interests already exist. So it validates data, so I cannot do anything which is not allowed. Then I can also mass update data. So let's say I would like to add my product area, because this is a touring bike. I would like to add the information bike to this touring bike, and I would also have like that product type to be added to all my bikes, and I would expect all my bike to have the name bike in it. So I could either just import all the items with bike, or I could filter the other ones away from this selection and then delete the rest of it. So let me just try to delete the lines here, and then I would import again based on my description on the item field, and I'll just import everything that contains the word bike in the description, which is 7 records. I might just check the list before doing it because my bike computer and helmet and saddle should not be part of it, so I'm not going to update those, but I'd like to update the remaining parts in here, which of course could have been thousands of item numbers. So I would just copy the product value here, select my add value to lines, and this is like a dangerous one, so be aware of the permission you give to the users using this functionality, but because you could really mess up data. In the old days you would need a developer to do this. In the add values to line, it will automatically create a list of the columns you see in the matrix. So this is based on your template, as you can see in the background, my basic item setup. So if I selected another template, the lines here would be something else. And here I could either paste the value bike, or I could look up if it's an information value. So I could also just fetch it from here and press OK. And it says, are you sure you want to do this? Because it will actually change your data. And I'm sure yes. And thereby it mass updates the information. So with this functionality, you can mass update on items, customers, vendors, all the places using the information matrix. You could mass update data very easily.